Hey, what's up, friends? Happy Saturday night. I want to share with you guys something that I have been struggling with. I've been praying about, and I just think it's really important. I feel like it's God that has put it on my heart to share it with you, what He has shared with me. I just got back from church, or I'm on my way home from church right now, I should say. So if I don't read the comments, please forgive me. But I need to focus on the road. So I'm going to do that. So tonight at church, they were talking about building a legacy, and it's our church's 20-year anniversary here in Las Vegas. Welcome to Sin City, where you've come to get saved. And I am telling you right now, Jesus found me here. He already knew where I was. I should say I found Him. I found Him in Sin City, thousands of miles from my home, from my family, in a situation that He is the only one that could have brought me through it. He was the only thing that got me through it, and I didn't see it at the time, but I look back at it now, and it's just, He just has completely shifted my life since being here. What we talked about tonight, like I said, was building a legacy in your life, and one of the biggest things that I took away from this, we were talking from 2 Timothy verse 1 through 8. And Paul is writing his final letter to his spiritual son, Timothy, before he was martyred. Literally the last letter that he wrote before he was martyred for his faith. And it was just an incredible, incredible message. And my biggest takeaway tonight was what you're doing now is not for you. It is for the people that come after you. It is for your kids. It is for the people that you impact. It is for their kids. You are planting seeds in a garden that is working on God's timing. And your seeds that you're planting are purposeful. And yes, they're purposeful for the people in your life now and you, but what you're building as far as a legacy is for the people that are coming after you. Okay? That's my biggest takeaway from tonight. I took a crap ton of notes, and I'm actually going to rewatch the service. They did it in a podcast style. The two main pastors, their husband and wife, they got up and they shared their 20-year journey. But the one thing that I wanted to share with you guys that I have been praying about, that I have been struggling with myself, is walking the line of being undeserving. And they teach you in the world to believe that you are deserving of everything and deserving of good things, and that good things will come to you when you believe you deserve them. And that just didn't quite sit right with me. That didn't sit right with my heart, to manipulate what came to me because of me thinking that I deserved it. That didn't sit right with me. And so I've been praying on that, because I feel that my feelings of being undeserving, they come from trauma in my life, which we all have. We all have trauma in our lives in one aspect or another. Everybody does. You do not leave childhood unscathed. You do not leave, your early adulthood unscathed. It just doesn't happen. Like, there is trauma that you go through. And we carry that baggage with us. And what I realized is that I was feeling undeserving, and that feeling of being undeserving was keeping me from, or what I should say, it was altering how I work. Coming from a place of, I don't deserve it, so I can't accept it. I don't deserve the good things, so I can't have them. Right? And that's where I was coming from, and I was seeing it from a very worldly point of view. You have to believe you deserve something, or you deserve something in order to be able to receive it. But I want to challenge that. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name's Devin. Hi, nice to meet you. I am a mental wellness warrior. I have had my own struggles with mental health that I talk about constantly because I believe that what I have to share will help people. I am also a coach. I'm a confidence coach for people in general, but I niche down to on camera and public speaking. But I'm a faith-based coach. I am very biblically based. So I'm constantly questioning even the theories that I have learned when I went through my coaching certification. I'm constantly questioning, the theories of the world. And I'm putting them up against scripture, and I'm putting them up and seeing how they measure up. And here's what I found. When it comes to believing that you deserve something, and then that's when you're able to receive, that is false. I'll just say it. That is false. You do not need to believe that you deserve something in order to be able to receive it. Not in the world of Christ. Not in God's world. Okay? Not in his teachings. If you put that belief up against scripture, and this is what I found recently and what God has shown me, there's a very thin line. So we don't deserve, neither do you. You don't deserve good things. I'm just going to come out and say it. We don't deserve, if you're a Christian and you think of it this way, God's gifts. He has blessed us abundantly. We don't deserve any of it. Now, nothing that you can do in your own power, no amount of personal development, no amount of work, no amount of shadow work, anything like that is ever going to make you deserving of the gifts that he has. You cannot earn them. Period. That's why we need Jesus. Okay? That's why we need Jesus. But when you accept Jesus, you are faced with a crossroads, with a branch in the roads. You're walking down a path and you can either go right or you can go left. The path that you're on is undeserving. You are undeserving, whether you believe you are or not. Okay? When you put your faith in Jesus, you can choose to continue to feel undeserving and have that hinder how you work throughout your life, how you act throughout your life, how you worship throughout your life. And I don't just mean throwing your hands in the air and singing. I mean every single thing that you do is an act of worship to God. Everything. You clean your house. You're taking care of something that he gave you. You wash your car. You're taking care of something that he gifted you with. You love your children. You take care of them because you're taking care of something that he gifted you with in this life. That doesn't only go for material things. He did not only gift you a new car. He did not only gift you 4 walls that you can live in. He did not only gift you with friends. He gifted you with your own personal gifts. Gifts of speaking. Gifts of sharing the gospel. Gifts of motivating people. Gifts of paying attention to small detail. Gifts of ministering to kids in any fashion. As a teacher. Gifts of education. He gave you gifts inside you. The things that you're good at. Those are gifts from him. If you don't steward them appropriately, you are neglecting to receive them. Now, back to being undeserving. You can either choose to sulk in being undeserving and reject those gifts from him. The ones inside as well, right? I'm not just talking, I've accepted that he's gifted me with food in my fridge. Of course he has. Yes, he has. But he's also gifted you with the power to shift minds. He has also gifted you with the power to change hearts, with the power to speak influentially over people. He has gifted you with a voice. Use it. He has gifted you with a hard work ethic. Use it. He has gifted you to be a steward in what he has gifted you to do, not to keep it to yourself. Okay? Soapbox. Sorry about that. So you can either choose to feel undeserving and reject what he's giving you, and that's where I was. I was rejecting those things because I felt undeserving. But that's so worldly. That's so worldly to say to your family, no, I can't accept the gift that you're giving me because I don't deserve it. Or to have a friend put time and effort into something that they have perfectly curated for you as a gift because they love you and they want to gift you. That's their way of showing they love you. And you look at them and you say, I'm sorry, I'm not good enough for this gift. I can't accept it. How does that make them feel after they have perfectly curated the perfect gift for you? Or you can understand that you're undeserving, recognize the gifts that he has given you and that you are undeserving of, and use them to their greatest ability for him. Use them in the way that he purposed them for. Purposefully made them for you to use in a specific way, and you have a responsibility to use that. So you can remain undeserving, and you're going to be undeserving either way. Whether you feel deserving or not, you're not. You're not deserving, and neither am I. Everything that we have is a gift. Everything. And you can choose to reject that, or you can choose to recognize that even though you're undeserving, he is gifting you with a gift that is perfectly designed, specifically for you, for nobody else, but for you to use, so that you can gift others through the gift he gave you. But in order to do that, and to do it righteously, and to do it purposefully, and to do it fully, you need to accept the gift. Accepting the gift does not mean you take it and you stuff it down and you only use it for yourself. Accepting the gift means taking it and using it for how he created you to use it. Okay? How can you do this? Especially when you're like me and you recognize that you are undeserving and you have traumas in your past. I'm going to pull over for a second because I'm almost home, but if I pull into my driveway, I'm going to lose you guys. How can you take what he's given you when you have a past like mine? For those of you who don't know, I was in a very traumatic marriage, physically, emotionally, mentally abusive for 10 years. I've had a loaded gun held to my head. I have been sexually abused. I have been verbally abused. I have had thoughts and beliefs about myself drilled into me for over a decade. Okay? I need you to understand that those words do not define you. The only words that matter are what he says about you and what he gave you. So you can be like me, or like I was, until God just opened my brain to this. Recognize that you're undeserving and reject things from people and from God as gifts that he's giving you. You can reject them. He's not going to force them on you. But know that if you reject them, you are not living out your full purpose for him. What he has designed you for, what he has given you those gifts for, you're not living that out. See, the whole gospel, the good news, if you know what gospel is, it means good news. The good news is that we don't have to earn the gifts that God is giving us. We don't have to earn our salvation. That's the good news. That's a gift. We don't have to earn it. He gives it to us freely. Jesus gave it to us freely as a gift. And we get to either choose to accept it or we get to choose to reject it. And if you aren't fully accepting the love that he has for you through the gifts that he's giving you, that he doesn't owe you. He owes you nothing. He's already done all of it, yet he continues to pour out. If you don't accept the gifts that he has given you and you don't use them to the level that he wants you to use them to, you are missing out. You can sit in the corner and cower because you don't feel like you deserve it. Or you can say, you know what, I don't deserve it, but he gave it to me and I'm going to use it because he gave it to me. I'm not going to squander a gift that he gave to me just because I don't feel deserving of it. So how can you do this? How can you start to shift that perspective? Because we're all walking down the middle path, and that middle path is being undeserving. And when you look off to the left, it's I don't deserve it, so I have to reject it. Or you can walk down the path and you can look over the right side and say, you know what, I don't deserve it, but he gave it to me, so dang it, I'm going to use it. And I'm going to use it to push his kingdom. You get to make the choice as to which road you take. You make the choice. There is no standing still at the crossroads. If you don't choose to use it, then you're choosing the other path. That's just the way it is. But those gifts are freely given. And they don't get taken away. He planted them in you before you were even a person. He planted them in you at the beginning of time. Use them. You're like, Devin, I want to use them. You got me. I'm ready to use them. How can I do that? Gratitude. Be grateful. You're like, I am grateful. Okay. For what? Every single day, I want you not just to say, oh, I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for that. Nope. You need to be thanking God. God, thank you so much for the gift of speech that you've given me. God, thank you so much for a car that gets me from A to B, even if you don't like your car. It's getting you from A to B. God, thank you so much for a refrigerator to keep my food cold. I recognize that there are people that don't have this. God, thank you for a full closet of clothing. I recognize that there are people that have one shirt, if that. Start getting specific. What are you thankful for? And thank him for it. You got to be specific in that, because you can thank other spirits that are out there and they will gladly soak that up. But you're not thanking them. You're thanking God. And that's going to start to shift that perspective in your mind from being undeserving and not being able to accept it to being undeserving, but accept it has no effect on you. Let me know. I'd love to hear about it. If it has an effect on you, let me know. I want to hear about it. Start with gratitude, because that is how you're going to shift the perspective from not being deserving and rejecting things. This goes for people, but I'm kind of just repeating what I've said before. I'm going to end this. If you didn't catch the beginning of this, this was full of teaching. This was not babbling. This was like basically a free coaching session on being deserving. Please go back and watch it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're watching the replay, let me know. in the comments. Just type replay. Let me know where on the world you're watching this from. I love seeing the reach. I get messages all the time of people from South Africa, from Ireland, from Asia, from like Alaska, from the same city I'm in. I love it. And I love connecting with people over Jesus. I really do. And thank you guys for hopping on. I appreciate you. I love this song. Jehovah Jireh. The God who will provide. He will always provide for you. Go use the gifts that he gave you. Don't squander them. He perfectly curated them for you. He put effort and time, and he placed those in you before you were even a thought in your great grandparents' mind. He was there. He loved you first. I hope you guys have a great night. God bless you.